Hello everyone, my name is Lowko, and welcome back to a professional match of StarCraft 2. Now what I've got for you today is a best of 3 series between 2 players that I would consider to be trickster Protosses. You know, you have those guys like, for example, Showtime, like, for example, Stats, that like to sit back and just simply defend and play the honorable style of playing Protoss. And then you have the tricksters, the ones that aren't afraid to play macro, but that also like to mix in the Forge First and the proxy Stargate and all of the other shenanigans that Protoss players can come up with. Now, I of course haven't seen the series yet myself, but I'm excited to find out exactly what ends up going down because there's 2 trickster Protosses. What are you gonna... Oh yeah, there it is! Okay, spawning here in the bottom right-hand corner. From South Korea, we have one of the most accomplished Protoss players of all time, and his name is PartinG. I keep forgetting about his clan tag. We have Dick Boy PartinG, apparently going for a Forge First. His opponent, though, from Denmark, playing some very cheeky strategies over the course of the last couple of years, especially. I mean, he's gonna go for a gateway here at the front. We have MaxPax. Now, already, actually, look at this! MaxPax is pretending to go for a cannon rush while actually opening up with a gateway, whereas PartinG is now going to go up against someone who's going for a low-ground wall-off. But he is actually the one... What is this? Why was he faking... Okay. Maybe that's the counter to a cannon rush. You pretend that you're going for a cannon rush, and then you hope that PartinG decides to go ahead and plant down his very first Photon on his own side of the map instead. Now, Death Aura, it is by far the best map for this kind of shenanigans, just because you can indeed... You know, oh my god. You can create this little nuke right over here by the mineral line. And it makes it very tricky to actually, defend. I mean, that Photon Cannon is definitely gonna go up. Second probe is now available too. Sometimes we see Protoss players defending this by having like a wall off here at the top so the second probe can't get in. You need that high ground vision. And already, this is looking quite good right here for our South Korean Protoss player. I mean, he's got a Photon Cannon up. He's gonna get that high ground pylon too. Cybercore is nowhere to be seen. That being said, there is a probe out on the map, a second one that is, so I think that MaxPax may very well intend on countering this cannon rush by going for more shenanigans. PartinG, though, still lacking a gateway, decides to plant it down instead of his opponent's main base. Alrighty, guys, this is exactly what I was hoping when I pressed the play replay button. Fantastic. So, okay, yeah, indeed, MaxPax is gonna finish up the Cybercore at home. He's gonna go for a proxy pylon, and judging by this positioning over here, I guess a Stargate? Yep, okay. Perfect. So... Just to clarify, MaxPax has absolutely no way of defending this cannon rush inside of his own main base. This Nexus is certainly gonna go down. However, on the flip side, PartinG has absolutely no defense at home. MaxPax decides to steal the gas, which I quite like as well. Since there's no Cybercore out yet for PartinG, he's actually gonna have quite a hard time defending against, I don't know, an Oracle or even a Void Ray. Actually, a Void Ray would be better. MaxPax just needs to make sure. Does he have the resource for it? He needs a little bit more gas. He needs 150 gas. Okay, here come the boys. They're returning the gas to the Nexus. 166 now, and that is gonna allow him to open up with a Void Ray here. So the Nexus is certainly gonna go down. Proxy Stargate has been spotted right now as well by our South Korean Protoss, who decides to apparently pull a couple of probes himself. Photon Cannon goes up as well on top of the main ramp. Can he shut down this Stargate? I don't think so. Okay, he's gonna try and surround the pylon. Actually, if he kills that pylon, it's game over, right? Like, MaxPax has no longer got a main base. He's basically putting all of his hopes in one Void Ray! Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, okay. Is this the most action we can have in 3.5 minutes of StarCraft? What in the world? The thing is, MaxPax can outrange the pylon. He could also just kill the probes. Okay, so PartinG is right now, after finishing up his own Cybercore, producing a Stalker on the other side of the map because this is where his only gateway is. He's destroyed his opponent's Nexus. MaxPax, okay, yeah, this is clever actually. Shuts down the assimilator over here because he knows that the only way his opponent can defend this is by getting a couple of Stalkers out. Now, I would say you want at least 3 Stalkers to deal with this Void Ray. I guess with a shield battery actually, you could probably pull it off with 2. What a game. This is already so silly. I love it. So shield batteries are coming up. Actually, he needs, yeah, if he shuts down the pylon, he could definitely take out everything else. Now, in the meantime, PartinG here is gonna get back to mining. The thing is, the only thing that really matters here, and he sees it right now, MaxPax that is, are those Stalkers. So as long as there's not enough gas here, Protoss is not gonna, like the blue Protoss that is, he's not gonna be able to actually deal with this Void Ray. Okay, well, here's the recall. There's 3 of those bad boys. Yeah, I think that's gonna be enough. Prismatic Alignment right now is on cooldown as well. GG is called, and game number 1 goes in favor of PartinG within 5 minutes. That must have been the most action-packed first 5 minutes of a game that I've ever casted. That was so much happening there. And you can actually see as well, right, that it's not just... Like, I know a lot of you are going up against cannon rushes on the ladder as well, right? But this wasn't that kind of cannon rush. This was an actual intelligent play where both players had to constantly think one step ahead of what their opponent is up to. By the way, what is that decal? Choo-choo, Is that the clan decal of Clan Dick Boy? Fantastic. Thank you very much, PartinG, for sharing this with us. In case you're unfamiliar, I mean, check out PartinG's live stream. It is an acquired taste, okay? It's like when you take your very first sip of whiskey in your life and you're like, ugh, this stuff is disgusting. But then a couple of whiskeys in, you're like, you know what, this isn't so bad. Then at some point, you find yourself sitting on the couch on a Saturday night and you're like, you know what I would like? I would like, that's kind of what PartinG's live stream is like as well. For some reason, he has like a gain button on his microphone, right? That makes it super loud. And for some reason, it's turned all the way up. Let's just say that one thing that I've learned from PartinG streams... Ooh, okay, he actually gets the Nexus up. One thing that I've learned from PartinG streams is a lot of Korean swear words. I didn't speak any Korean beforehand, but I can name at least a couple of Korean swear words. So there's that. Now, the funny part is, though, that even though PartinG certainly is a... You know, he's pretending to be a bit of a clown on his live stream, and obviously, you know, that's what a lot of people tune in for. But the guy is genuinely one of the best Protoss players in the world. And, yeah, he's been very good for a very long time, and he's genuinely, you know, capable of winning tournaments. So I think that's what a lot of people really like about PartinG. Either way, let's see exactly what ends up going down right here in this particular game. So usually on Oxide... Okay, there's once again a proxy pylon going up. Usually on Oxide, we see these weird shenanigans with single gateway wall-offs. So on this particular map, since there's a ramp leading up over here, it's very difficult to actually pressure with double gateway openers, which is what we see most of the time in Protoss versus Protoss. Now look at this actually, PartinG. Hold up. There's a Stargate going up on the other side of the map. I was just going to discuss the standard for this particular game, but there's a Zealot marching across. There's a proxy Stargate coming up. PartinG has seen the lack of Nexus in his opponent's natural. He's now planting a pylon inside of his own, or inside of his opponent's main base, and he's been spotted. So wait, what's going on? Okay, it's going to be a couple of shield batteries and another gateway? Huh? Alright, so MaxPax can start working right here on this, on this pylon. The probes, actually, I mean, they can mineral walk through. So maybe they can eventually kill that Zealot. This is a little bit awkward. There's a Zealot in the wall on the other side of the map. A couple of probes end up going down so far, but nothing too crazy. Nice control right here by our South Korean Protoss player. I mean... That's not all too surprising, I suppose. Double shield battery is actually kind of neat because you can heal each other, right? They can heal each other, which is kind of silly. Ooh, probe over here gets surrounded for a bit. That being said, I mean, this Void Ray over here, yeah, it's finally going to be spotted right now by PartinG. Ooh, okay, I think that's the Korean announcer right there. I think that's Korean announcer Park, if I'm not mistaken. Anyways. Oh, he's excited about it. He's not using the Lowko announcer. Rookie mistake. I'm looking at this, though, and I'm not really seeing a whole lot of defense available right now for PartinG at home. So, like, we have a Void Ray over here. There's a shield battery on the low ground. Second Void Ray is going to be joining here in just a second. If this is no longer running and these warp gates aren't actually producing, yeah, sure, you can have a proxy gateway inside of your opponent's base. Sure, you can warp in one Stalker, maybe two, but... Oh my god. Is that going to be enough? A couple defensive Stalkers right now from MaxPax as well. No, there's not going to be enough. GG is cool. There we go. Game number 2. Already done as well. Alrighty, so there we go. Just like what? 8, 9, 10 minutes into this video, we already find ourselves in game number 3, which will take place on a Romanticide. What is this? GLHF? GLHF? Tanks? Okay. Fantastic. The communication meta in StarCraft 2 is very strong. So apparently MaxPax is feeling confident to go for the low ground wall-off right here on this particular map. Okay, so we've had an explosive game number 1 and explosive game number 2. Can we have something that won't end within 5 minutes this time around? I mean, you can open up crazily. I don't mind. I mean, it's going to be a gateway and it's going to be a... Ah, guys, they're both going for gateways? All right, that doesn't mean everything, though, right? We'll see here what ends up going down in just a second. But yeah, as I've said many, many times before over the years, I think the scariest players that cheese are the ones that can actually play macro. And I think that's what really... I think that's what explains both of these players quite well. I would say PartinG is probably slightly better in a straight-up macro game. But there's no denying that MaxPax is also very formidable in that regard. I mean, we all know those players on the ladder. When you see their nicknames on the loading screen, you already know that they're going to be cheesing you, right? They're like one-trick ponies. And while that works, I suppose, right? That's fine and all. They're not going to be able to win tournaments, right? You're not going to be able to win tournaments if you're a cheeser every single game. However, both of these guys, they like to mix in cheese as part of their standard rotation, but they're actually capable of playing macro, which is a big difference from, like, the guy that just plays freaking Proxy 4-Gate Zealot on the other side of the map every single game, right? Or the guy that goes 13-12, right, as a Zerg every single game. It makes the matchup significantly more dynamic, and I wouldn't be surprised, actually, if in the long run, these types of players, the ones that cheese regularly but that are capable of playing macro, I wouldn't be surprised at all if that is gonna end up being, like, the superior playstyle going forward as well. I mean, for a long time, you could win a lot of tournaments just by playing macro every single game, right? See, like, for example, players like Innovation and players like, for example, Serral. They're very good at playing that, you know, that macro-focused style. But I wouldn't be surprised if this is, at least theoretically, better. Especially in, like, a best-of-5 and even in a best-of-7 series, right? If you have a wide variety of strategies at your disposal, so you always keep your opponent guessing. All right, so let's have a look right here. We have MaxPax going for a single gate wall off right now at the front, and he's going to be following us up with a much quicker Nexus. In the meantime, PartinG is going to slow down the production over here of the Nexus, also because there's a pylon blocking the Expo, but he decided to go for double gateway, so 2 Adepts are already moving across, 2 Stalkers are going to be coming up, and then obviously he's also going to get that tech advantage here with that Stargate. Now this is actually, ooh, that's really, really bad for MaxPax. Losing this unit for free is going to make the defense quite a bit harder. Well, it's not going to die. Maybe it can delay this expansion for a little while longer. He did allow, by the way, for that pylon to finish up. I like this. Yep, MaxPax completes the wall off over here. Zealot is going to be able to get a little bit of damage in, but I don't know if I like this situation right here for Max all too much, to be honest. I mean, yeah, he's got that Nexus, but it's going to be quite hard to defend. Eventually, though, this Nexus is going to finish up. Stargate is going to start producing its very first unit over here, and it's going to be an Oracle. Stalkers, though, I guess, yeah, this is okay. Letting that pylon finish up, it's going to force those Stalkers to stay at home for quite some time, just so PartinG can actually expand behind this. Okay, I was looking at this, and I was thinking that maybe it wasn't going to be so good right here for our red Protoss player, but it looks like, even though he's forced to wall himself in entirely, I think he wanted to probably cancel that second shield battery. Anyways, even though he has walled himself in fully, this is still definitely a playable scenario. He's also got that quick, excuse me, that quick sentry out. So he scouted just now that his opponent decided to go for a very quick Stargate, meaning that MaxPax actually has some time to prepare. He's already got himself his own Nexus, actually, or sorry, his own Stargate out as well, so he's going to start producing his own Phoenixes. And Phoenixes, I mean, are absolutely phenomenal when it comes to dealing with Oracles. Alright, so Oracle is going to go in the back. There is a shield battery over here. PartinG obviously is going to be able to get those Phoenixes, yeah, pretty easily as well. And the problem is, right, Phoenixes can move and shoot at the same time while they're flying around. Sure, Stalkers can be annoying, but this is a really wonderful situation right now to be in. Recall will be utilized as well as the unit gets picked up, and that means that PartinG has to go back home. Okay, Twilight Council, and then a third gateway right here comes up as well. He's going to immediately go into the Blink upgrade. The only problem is that Blink, obviously, is going to be quite some time from finishing, and MaxPax right now has his own Expo out, so he can happily start producing those probes 2 at a time. Yeah, this is now looking really good for our Danish Protoss player. The problem is, PartinG is kind of up with his back against the wall. Okay, well, he doesn't view it that way. He snuck out a probe, apparently. But he needs to defend at home right now because those Phoenixes can swoop in and kill a whole bunch of workers very easily. They don't really care too much about the shield batteries, right? So you can just swoop in, and they will all be able to fire right at the same time, so the shield battery isn't going to be able to heal this up in time. And PartinG is likely not going to be able to get much done until that Blink upgrade is finished. That being said, yeah, he does have that probe out, and PartinG has absolutely phenomenal Blink micro. Probably best in the world. So maybe he can pull something off, but I'm looking at the eco right now, and this is looking nice for MaxPax. MaxPax could obviously also decide to now expand towards a third base behind this, which I wouldn't mind at all. especially when you have those Phoenixes out. You can usually stop pushes quite easily. Maybe PartinG wants to go for another gateway over here just to get some more work done. But apparently, well, we have Max feeling that he can get some damage in. There's a lot of Stalkers available. Blink is going to finish up in about, I would say, 20 seconds or so from now. Need to be very careful here if you're MaxPax. Because if those units blink underneath you, you can be in a lot of trouble. So I actually like what he's doing over here, going back home. Gateway indeed comes up here on the side of the red Protoss player. So that's going to speed up the warp-ins quite a bit. So in StarCraft 2, there are 2 warp-in zones. The one that is just a random pylon in the middle of nowhere. It takes a very long time until the units finish warping in. However, if you have a gateway attached to it, or for example, a nexus close to it, you're going to be able to use the speed-up circles quite a bit. And that allows you to warp in those units much, much easier. Okay, so one hallucinated Phoenix is indeed going to prepare MaxPax for the advancement right here of those blue Protoss units. He's only just now going to go for the Robo. Additional gateways are coming up as well. He's still making Phoenixes, by the way, so he's already up to, well, almost 7 now. Charge is going to finish up, okay. I think that PartinG actually wants to get some work done with this army of his, and this is... yeah, this is going to be quite a scary force. In the meantime, it's already looking like he wants to prepare for a 3rd Nexus as well. MaxPax thinking about the same thing here too. Although the probes will end up getting... oh, well, this probe for some reason did not end up getting sniped, but the first probe did. Immortal is going to be coming up. Charge will finish up here as well for Max. I actually really like what PartinG is doing here though. So he's pressuring over here, right? He's playing to his image. He's very well known for doing these Stalker-based all-ins. He's very well known for trying to grab the advantage this way. But he's not actually doing that because he's expanding towards the 3rd base. He's just in his opponent's face, knowing very well that Blink is not going to be... it's not going to be done yet for his opponent, or it's very unlikely that it's going to be done. So, as long as he's playing... oh my god, as long as he's paying attention, he's going to be okay. He does snipe the very first Immortal over there. Obviously, Blink does have a cooldown, so you're not going to be able to use it all the time. Loses a couple of Stalkers in the process. And I don't think that was quite worth it. Yeah. This is looking quite alright right now for Max. That being said, I mean, he's got a big army. A lot of that supply, though, is caught up in Phoenixes. And I found, at least in my own games, that Phoenixes kind of fall off as the games get bigger. So look at this. One scouting probe just moved in. You don't live here, my man. He's gonna have to plant down his own nexus. That makes a lot of sense. Look at this. Just one scouting worker literally walked into the base. As long as PartinG is warping in on the other side of the map, I guess it's okay. Yeah, you gotta be careful though, because if you have all of those Stalkers over here, right, and the Phoenixes decide to go in for the counterattack, as long as there's enough army right here for Max to defend at home, those Phoenixes can kill an entire mineral line worth in the blink of an eye. Okay, recall is gonna be used. Okay, alright, alright. Some high-level PvP being played over here. Always got to keep thinking one step ahead. Now, there is a Dark Shrine apparently done as well here for Max. Is there? Ooh, actually, there's no detection. Okay, well, look at this, man. These guys are insane. So, I don't think he's seen the Dark Shrine, has he? I haven't even seen the Dark Shrine. Where is it? Wait, what? Did I? Okay, it's over there in the natural. Was that on the screen? I don't know, man. Either way, I don't think PartinG has seen it. Nope. He does have the detection out, though, in time. There's one Dark Templar going inside of the natural and a couple inside of the main base at the same time. Now, MaxPax right here is pushing forward. He's trying to create a lot of chaos here. Hallucinated Immortal as well to try and force the opponent's Stalkers to blink maybe on top of it here in a little bit. Another Guardian Shield will be utilized as well. And actually, even though there was an Observer out at the perfect moment, tons of probes are getting picked off. MaxPax is losing a lot of units, though, in the process as well. A couple of Phoenixes apparently have also decided that they are not meant for this world. I think that this is gonna force an all-in right now, right? I mean, the Dark Templar, by the way, are still going to town. Actually insane. What a series. And that on a Monday? Ay. How am I gonna top myself going forward now, man? Posting what could very well be the best game of StarCraft on the Monday, right? Like, it can only go downhill, it feels like. At least when it comes to high-level PvP, it really doesn't get much better than this. This is some super exciting gameplay. Okay, so 27 workers were killed here by MaxPax. I really like what he was doing, though, right? even though there was a detector available, that's not enough. You also need to actually make sure that you're, you know, paying attention there and get that observer in the right place at the right time. And MaxPax pushing forward there with his main army, even though he probably wasn't sure if his army was big enough for that. He just created a lot of chaos that allowed him to pick up a ton of worker kills. That being said, right now, PartinG is sitting at 55 army supply. MaxPax only at, well, right now 42. He hallucinates another immortal. So that means there's 3 available. And this is scary, though. Yeah, PartinG doesn't know which one of these are real. And if they even are all real, it doesn't really matter so much, I suppose. It just forces him to back off right now for at least a little bit. 3 immortals is an absolutely terrifying army for just stalkers and zealots. He doesn't know that one of them is fake. Oh, I wonder if he would have committed, though, if he knew that. Oh, well, there we go. He blinks on top, but snipes the fake one, if I'm not mistaken there. Yeah, this is not looking so hot right now for PartinG, huh? Even though he's got a good amount of army, this army from Max is significantly more sophisticated. Alright. MaxPax at this point building on that eco advantage. Using it to build himself some nicer units as well going forward. And as the armies grow, right? As MaxPax's force right here gets bigger, as he gets more immortals out and more archons and maybe some zealots and some sentries, right? Like, as his army gets bigger, these stalkers will have a harder and harder time. Zealot over there gets warped in. Dark Templar over there gets warped in as well. This high ground over here is a nice defensive position here for Max. I do not think that PartinG is going to be able to blink up here. It's not going to happen, man. Okay. Ooh, Dark Templar apparently decided to go instead of the Prism, and it's now heading towards the main base instead. Pylon on the left side of the map will get scouted. I don't think that MaxPax knows about this gateway over here just yet, no. So that could come into effect here shortly. Alright. A lot of units are being killed, man. So once again, right, we have already 10 probes going down. Even though, theoretically, the Dark Shrine has been countered. This is such a good position right now for our Danish player. Fantastic. Look at that, 40 workers. Alright. Now that MaxPax has been happily building up his army for quite some time, he's got a Prism as well, so he doesn't care anymore about losing that pylon. He's going to be able to warp in a ton of reinforcements over here. As long as that Prism is available, he's going to be able to reinforce his army quite nicely. Now, keep in mind, there is obviously going to be that battery overcharge available here for PartinG, right? So that's something. Battery overcharge is really nice. Okay, Guardian Shield has been popped. MaxPax decides to back off. Double Guardian Shield even popped. Okay, that's actually a big mistake. That means it's not going to be available for the next fight. I feel like he could just go. Max, that is. I feel like he could just go in for a push. Now, obviously, we know everything. Is he going to blink across and try and snipe the Prism? That is so dangerous, though. Yeah, you got the Prism, but you're going to lose all your Stalkers. Oh, no, he didn't realize that the army was so close by. Oh, that's not worth it at all. Dark Templar over at the 4th base. Those are PartinG's Dark Templar this time around. Wow. It doesn't matter though. Like the 4th Nexus is not really what we need at this point. I think what MaxPax needs to do is just fight. Just head on. Yeah. Okay. Well, he doesn't need to have a Guardian Shield. Well, immediately that one gets sniped. The Sentry, that is. 1 Phoenix still available, and there are some pretty. There are some good tools right here in the arsenal of PartinG, right? But it's just. I'm looking at it, and it's mostly Stalkers. Shield batteries can be murdered. Those Immortals in the back are gunning away at whatever they can. 4th Nexus is coming up. Tons of probes are being killed. Even if somehow, some way PartinG pushes this back, there is no way that he's going to be able to deal with the follow-up push, right? So here we go. MaxPax right now smelling blood in the water. He did end up losing that Prism, of course, so he won't have a whole lot available to reinforce this army with. So Zealots only just now arrive. He's making it on a Prism. So at least he's going to be able to reinforce this a bit easier going forward. But I mean, look at this. No way, right? Yeah, GG is cold. And there it is. MaxPax obtains the victory in a very exciting series of Protoss versus Protoss in a 2-1 favor. Hope you enjoyed watching today's video. If you did, hit that like button down below. If you didn't, feel free to hit that dislike button. If you really enjoyed it though, consider hitting that subscribe button as well. And make sure to check out my second YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/morelowko. There's a link down below in the description of this video as well. On that channel, I essentially post completed playthroughs of games that I've streamed on Twitch. So if you're into other games other than StarCraft 2 as well, make sure to have a look. But for now, thanks for watching. Have an awesome day. Don't forget to smile. And I'll see you once again in the next one.